Hey y'all, thanks for joining us again over here at Colorful Situations, where we are doing a recap of episode 7. Are you your sister's keeper? Should you be?
It was a good topic. We did have the question for the week, and the question for the week was, what is the most important value of having a friend? It was something like hanging out, going to brunch or happy hour, having someone to listen to, trust and support, and then shared hobbies or interests. But most of you color beams, all of you color beams who who participated, said trust and support is the number one value that you get out of having a friend. And I tend to agree hands down. What do you think?
Well, I agree because ultimately, all of the other options, the shared hobbies, the going to brunch and having someone to listen to, those kind of, to me, fall under support. So, yes, trust and
Mm.
support is very important because if you can't if you can't trust your friend, then who can you trust? And if she can't support you, then why is she your friend? That's a whole different story. So I'm not even gonna go that far. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a different story. Now, when we talk about friends, we're not talking about associates. We're talking about people that you may not talk to on an everyday basis, but this is your inner circle. This is your true uh, confidant. This is your true friend that got your back and you got their back. And trust and support is big, and you're right. All those other things fall under because when you trust somebody, you're building a relationship that will last, and you're gonna do all those things throughout that whole time frame. I will say that my coworker chimed in and she said, "Baby, brunch and happy hour is overrated." So, shouts out to you. You know who you are. She said brunch and happy hour is overrated, and she ain't here for that. She here for a true, hey, can I call you when I need you? And can I trust you with my money, my kids, or my secrets?
And ultimately, that is a definition of a her, someone that's honest, encouraging, and reliable.
Yay!
Yes.
Yes.
We did also have a comment under our full video, and it was a comment that asked, have you ever been in a situation where you maybe didn't like your friend's spouse or your friend's mate? And the
Mhm.
comment said that being that they were so close with their sister, they would definitely tell their sister, hey, this is what's going on, this is what I don't like, and this is
Mhm.
this, and you do what you're gonna do with it.
Yeah, and I think that goes back to like, okay, if you trust that person or if that person trusts you, then you have that open line of communication where you can go to them. But what I liked about the comment was the fact that you're going to go to your sister first, right? You're
Mhm.
not just going to jump in line and handle the person that they're with in front of them or whatever. You're going to test the temperature first and figure out where your sister is on it. Figure out if y'all on the same page or not. Or even ask her, do you need me to say something? Is this something that needs to be elevated to where, and what's your plan? So I do like the fact that she said, I'm going to tell my sister first, you know?
Now, what if y'all been together since y'all 15 and you've
Oh,
been part of the family since y'all 15? How does that work? So you mean I can't? I thought we were cool.
I would say maybe just levels of what it is. So if it's
Hmm.
something where okay, every this one day y'all all hanging out whatever, and that person says something sly, then you may be like cock your head a little bit or whatever. But if it's something to where it's a level of, am I putting my sister in danger?
Mm.
Or if it's something really deep that I need to tap into to figure out, is that her thing, my sister thing, or is that the girlfriend or spouse thing? You
Hmm.
know? So I just think that it depends on what it is. Now, again, if you've been knowing that person since 15 and that person been in the family for over 25 plus years, then yeah, you probably could be like, yo, don't make me yoke you up.
Yeah, like that thing, like I was saying in the episode about, if it's a playful thing, it really just
Mm-hmm.
depends on the relationship that you have with that person.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, in watching the video back, I had a thought because even though I know my boundaries and, I know even though I know my boundaries, and I know where people are and things like that, I did have a situation where I ultimately lost a friend.
Oh, story time.
No, it's not going to be a real deep story time. I know how you do with story times. No, we're not going deep like that. There was an instance where I lost a friend, just a really, really good friend, sister friend of mine that, had some things go on in her relationship that I didn't appreciate. Even though it wasn't my relationship, I didn't have a say in it, but like I was saying, she is my say, or she was my say. She was
Mm-hmm.
the thing that I was focused on and the most important thing to me, especially in that relationship. So even though I do know what my boundaries are, and we talked about what my boundaries are in the episode, when those things happened, she decided that she was going to, you know, go with what she know, you know. And what I've heard people say is, hey, if I can't lay down with you at night, I can't, you not helping me doing whatever it is that I need to do. So, hey, I just kind of had to wash my hands and say, hey, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you should do what you want to do, of course, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not a whole lot that I can do to support you if it's something that now I'm down. Like I said, I'm down. I'll support you in things, even if I don't agree with them. But it's only a few things that I don't, and I don't. So it was very, 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 very hurtful to me. But you get over things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah. So I guess I did overstep a boundary that I didn't know, but just in my thinking and what I know, and her knowing me for such a long time, she kind of knows where I am with certain things. But she decided to go with her heart. And people in love should be together, is what I always say. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Well, do you feel like there was ever a time that you could get that back or wanted to try to get that back with her?
So, as I always say, people that know me know that um, I'm really if my so because I am the things that I do for my friends, my people, what I can because I'm a little possessive, what I call mine, because of the way that I feel, it's really that when that happened, it broke my heart. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was something that I've never felt. I've been in a lot of relationships and I've never felt a heartbreak like this before. So it's not really easy for me to be like, oh, okay, well, you apologize. Oh, you came to your senses. That's
Yeah.
not something easy for me to do because ultimately I was giving my all in that friendship, sistership relationship that we had. So, I maybe a little bit, and she knows we kind of have talked a little bit, but she knows that I'm just like here instead of all the
Yeah.
way like I was
Yeah.
before. So.
Last question. Since you're on this interview and you're letting us do this,
Okay.
if you could turn back the hand of time, would you do it again?
I would do it the exact same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll say, because we have spoken since then, and I think it was kind of like a year that we didn't talk or whatever, she did let me know that ultimately she felt like I had her best interest at heart, but she just couldn't see it at the
At that.
time because she
Yeah.
had other things going on. But it was just, in me asking these questions, are you sure this is what you want to do? Are you almost kind of, I feel like now that I'm thinking about it, kind of like I was like really begging her. I asked, are you
Mm-hmm.
sure this is what you want? Are you sure? You want to
Mm-hmm.
give, are you sure? And again, hey, you do what you have to do for you because again, I'm not laying down with you. I'm not able to give you the things that you need in an intimate partner. So you gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I could see that being hard. I really can. And especially if it lies in one of the two things that you don't play with. Like, I will support you as a friend and be there for you. And because it's your life, I'm going to let you make decisions. But when that blurs the line, when it's something that I have a hard um, stance on,
No,
then,
no, hard no. You can say hard no. It's
well,
okay.
I'm trying not to use those words because I don't like them in my personal life.
Oh, okay. All right. Hard stance.
Yes, but when it's something that I know that is, look, this is wrong, and I'm not gonna let this happen to you. It's hard not to pick that up from your sister. It's hard not to protect the person that you love, or even like, I have heard from some of my friends that tell me, you don't say nothing. Like I won't say it for you because you don't say nothing. Like let it happen again one more time. I'm gonna look at you. And if you don't say nothing, I'm going to jump in because you need to not let this happen, right?
Yeah.
So when you love your friend like that, it's hard not to step in when it's something that you know without a shadow of a doubt is wrong. You know, um, it is really hard. So, well, I'm glad to hear that you're okay with it now and that your heart is not broken because you have a her.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh, no, that's not the story. Okay.
I do have a her. My heart is still broken. My heart is still broken from that relationship. But it's okay for me to have new other things going
Yeah.
on. I still have a broken heart, but I'm glad I have a her, Yeah.
I'm just saying,
And
sometimes that's just
you're
gives.
not even a rebound. You're not a rebound.
Oh,
I'm so crazy.
yeah. So that was our topic this week. Our topic this week was: Are you your sister's keeper? And in doing that, in being your sister's keeper, does that give you the right to take her battles up? Does that give you the right to fight everything that she come through? Or do you have still an obligation to talk to your sister to see where she is? What boundaries do y'all have in y'all friendship? Not be out there fighting everything for her and she don't even think it's a fight. Cause you could just be looking like a fool when you out there, yapping and going on and she over there like that didn't even bother me.
Hmm.
So let's really ultimately what I want to say in this recap is that it comes down to having a real true friendship and having one where we have good conversations about boundaries for both sides and about what it looks like to show up for each other, and let's not compete. I'm so over that. So yeah, that's where I am.
Okay, y'all. Well, again, thanks for joining us over here at Colorful Situations for another recap. We want you to look out for our next episode on Wednesday. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And remember, not all colorful situations are the same, but you have the power to change your hue.
Peace out, color beans.